Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Izzy versus Civilization. Oh boy. This week has literally drained me. Excuse me, and I do mean in the most possible way, it has really just drained me. Namely, because of the madness that's been happening this week. I mean, it's not about the election, but it's about the aftermath, more about the election. And how many people were just emotionally involved in it. That in itself, that basically says that within itself just says, wow. It just basically says, wow, just wow, I mean, really, if you think about it, it's just, a lot that's really happening. People are just going out of their minds. And it's just crazy, And to me, I say, well, honestly, it's just crazy. People want to leave, and they want to leave the United States, and hate rallies. I mean, I heard on radio earlier that SC was, starting a hate rally because of, Donald Trump being the new president-elect. Now, I didn't say he was the president. He's the president-elect. And people are already freaking out about all this because, oh hey, the world's gonna end and whatnot. And people are sometimes very fickle. let me just say, it don't make no sense. I mean, really, it doesn't make sense. People wailing and screaming about well, we don't want this to happen, but it already happened. Many people don't realize, well, you made this happen because you voted for this person. Herodotus wrote in his book following: best ranking of the civilization in the world. First is China. Thank you. I'm happy about that. And for what it's worth, you know, it's just, honestly, you have no one to blame but yourself. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter who you voted for, but you can only do so much when you're voting for somebody or something. For me, I'm seeing the bigger picture. Everybody who knows me knows I look at the bigger picture, not just, you know, this is what's happening and that's what's happening, media-wise and whatnot. No. The media can often stretch and exaggerate what's going on. And most times, well, I'm not really paying attention. I mean, seriously. I don't pay attention to what the media is showing. If I was that worried about, oh, the media, oh my God, this is what's happening. Ah, well, so it is. I mean, seriously, you know, why worry about it when you don't really have to? I mean, there's no real reason to, you know, cry and whine about it. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's not really worth it. I mean, really, I mean, there are more problems out there in the world than most people realize. And people are just like, yelling and screaming, "Oh, this is bullshit! This shouldn't be happening!" But it is, because most of you made it happen. You didn't want to put this person in office? Well, you're going to have to live with it. And China Sages has given us the secret of Braum's work has been discovered. So now we can make a phalanx and a colossus. So we will need currency and ironwork. Oh, well, it's something new, so. Well, of course we need currency. That's equally important, you know. I mean, there's nothing anyone can do about what's happening now. Because worrying about it isn't going to do anything but, you know, not make progress. I mean, seriously, why worry about something which you shouldn't really have to worry about? And there's no real point in worrying about something that, you know, it's not worth worrying about. Population grew to 20,000. I mean, to me, I just don't see the point in worrying over A, B, C, D, F, G, you know, that sort of thing. The library has been made in Shinya. Ooh, we can change? Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Courthouse. Let's see, what do I need for Ryuto? I mean, sometimes people have to own up to their own responsibilities. Regardless of what's happening, you have to stand up and be counted. You know, none of that whining and complaining, but people tend to do that. So a city wall has been made in Utopia. Very nice. Alright, so let's see. What can we go for? Advice, what do you have to say? Okay, a library? Yes. Let's go for a library. So now we have the secret of currency. And a marketplace, yes. Let me trade and construct. Well, let's work on some trade then. I mean, it's just whenever I listen to the news, it's somewhat always depressing to listen to the news. Because very rarely do they talk about something like, oh, well, we need to we're listening to things that are happening, and they're usually bad things. And the bad, mainly these days, the bad outweighs the good. So I don't even, I don't really listen to the news. Much earlier yesterday, Ryu was asking me, am I alright? I said, yeah, why? He said, well, it seems like you're against the world these days. I said, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe I am against the world. Or maybe the fact of the matter is, what's the reason of trying to stand for your beliefs if stupidity is always happening? Then I think about the things I said on Facebook. During this time, a lot of movement, a lot of this and that has been going on. And it really hasn't been much to do, or let alone say. And it doesn't make sense because, well, it doesn't make sense. For it has been made in Shinya. There we go. So I should go for advice. What are you telling me? You're flashing to me. What is it? A marketplace, yes. A marketplace. So let's do the same thing here in Utopia. Oh, wait. A library? Yeah, let's wait till we make the library. And we got our library. Advice, what are you flashing me for? Yeah, okay, marketplace. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, we need a sailor. Oh, no. We let that finish. Because it needs a branch out. We need a branch out. And I can say this, I'm not against the world. But I do get tired of the bullshit that's happening. I really do. I get tired of bullshit that tends to happen, you know. We have the secret of trade. So we can make a caravan. Oh, we can do banking and medicine. Public, we need some bank. We need some capital. Oh, we're second. Okay. Violence in Utopia. Season panic. Okay, what are you guys revolting over now? I'm not surprised by this. It is China after all. It's the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Oh, look at this. Oh, shit. And all that progress just got just like that. Oh, I is a derp. I is a derp. Okay, let me do this right. My finger just slipped, so I can't explain it. It's just like finger slip. Oh wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, Barack, Barack. Yeah, library. Wow, all that progress. Oh well. Well, I look at it this way. Even though that was a mistake, you know. Yeah, let's be smarter about what we're going to be doing. I mean, we're gonna be smart about this, so I might as well just be, you know, cool about it. But in any case, no, I'm not really mad or I'm not really mad about what's going on. Or, you know, the craziness that's happening, you know, around me. I mean, I live in California. I mean, come on now. I'm used to this shit. I said, oh, there's a riot breaking out. Oh, where is it at? Oh, I see. Okay, so we can make phalanx. Currency. Okay. Currency. There, if I am going to do that, you know, I might as well be smart about it, right? You know, if my finger's going to slip, I might as well just, you know, put a save state over it. Okay, and you guys are happy. Good, good. Not worried about it. So there, we have a bit of this and a bit of that. So we need to expand. There we go. Because we do need to expand. But really, I'm not really concerned about the world at this rate. Because if I was so concerned about the world at this rate, and I said it once and I'll say it again, nothing would get done if I was worried about what's happening out in the world. Okay, marketplace. Trade, trading construct. So I'm gonna trade. A little something, you know. So usually in the case of this, then I'm just basically just like venting, as it were. You have to vent. But I know. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, woe is us. Woe. Look, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be just fine. I was listening to a video earlier about 2 words that people need to hear. And that's don't panic. Okay, with me. Settler has been made. Ooh, Colossus Man, okay. Well, we're not there yet. We're not worried about that right now. I mean, it really doesn't make sense just to worry about everything. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. For people to worry about every little thing that is happening. Ah, yes, a caravan. Medicine, banking, yes, of course. The wheel. I mean, if it makes sense, you know. This game is quite soothing, though. Because most times I'm not really focusing on anything but making progress in this game. And the main things that I talk about, it's hard to really talk about something which goes on your mind because there's a lot that can be said, but to say it straight out or very bluntly, that's a totally different matter. So I'm just really focusing on building and, you know, commentary. Because it helps me focus, you know. And that's another thing I want to talk about. How I operate as a Let's Player. You know, that's the thing. When you're actually doing something like, say, Civilization, I'm going to say Civilization, for example. You really can't just talk about the game, because you already are showing people what you're doing. And I feel most people, whenever I look at a Let's Play, it's about how people deliver themselves. Oh, okay. And usually when you talk about something in a Let's Play, it pertains to the game. But when it's something like this, you can't really talk about the game. You have to talk about something else. Like most people, whenever they play something like I never see anybody actually do Harvest Mode or Animal Crossing. You can only do so much for Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. You have to become very creative when you do commentary. Sometimes it's not that easy to do something like it's not that easy to do what I'm doing. And one day I was asked, oh, well, why don't I do something like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon? And mind you, the only person who asked me that was Sheena. And then before that, Rocky Hermes said, oh, well, why don't you do a Civilization? I'm putting out a challenge for anybody who can do a Civilization run from start to finish. And then the previous part, I just said, well, To me, it's not going to be a civilization run, but mainly it's just going to be me talking about things that are on my mind. So usually in a case like this, I'm like, well, okay, sure. It's not like it's a terrible thing for me to do something like this because, oh hey, it's just me playing Civilization. And I'm really, just in that mode to be building something or create something or, even, stray away from my Let's Plays for a while and just say the first thing that comes out my mind. And one thing I can pretty much say is commentary. That's the one thing that makes good Let's Players, or rather, not just Let's Players alone, but people in general. That's how you get to certain people sometimes, if you know how to talk to people. Usually I don't have much to talk about, but when I do, I can imagine it's something that will make sense. Or at least I hope it makes sense. Okay, we're gonna call this place Ah, screw it. Let's just call it what it is. 40-bill. And that place will take care of the kashish. Yeah. Oh yeah, 40-bill will have phalanx. It's just that simple. 40-bill will have phalanx. At the center. Tankopolis. And you see what I've made, folks. Roads. I'm very grounded in my work. We're also gonna need phalanx. I would say that I'm okay with what I do. Let's see, for here... Make some irrigation right here. And... what's over here? Nothing? Nothing. We have made the wheel. So I can make chariots. And engineering. Let's see. How about that? How about that? Yeah, let's do that. city here. Sing Tao will be known as. Yes, I have been playing with these ideas for quite some time. We shall call this the town of Big Mania. You know, saying that he likes his horror games and whatnot. It just makes sense. Really, it does. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, make a phalanx there. Guys have to make the rounds, you know. Guys have to make your rounds and all that. But I can say I do alright with what I'm doing. Namely, you know, my communication skills. I mean, before, I used to not talk. When I was younger, I really just didn't talk. Believe it or not, you know, just where I stand and all, yeah, I really didn't used to talk. When I was younger, I had a lisp. I really had a lisp problem. And imagine me trying to speak now. I had a lisp that sounded like this. I used to say words like thunder. Then later, I grew out of that. thanks to my mom teaching me how to speak. Because I used to say thunder instead of saying thunder. I said it with an F instead of a T. T-H-U. Th. Th. I mean, you may think it's funny, but, you know, back then, I was like... Back then, since I was an 80s kid, I'd say around 5 or 6, I had that issue of trying to speak properly. And it was even before I even went to school. Before I actually turned first grade, I actually had that issue. I just kind of find it funny that now, as I am right now, a lot has changed over the years with me. You know, I'm an artist, even though I don't get paid. And being an artist, being an artist, it's kind of difficult. It really is. It's kind of difficult because, well, the way I am, I can write a damn good story. The problem is that it's hard to actually sit down and actually write a good story. It's hard to make money that way because I only have one book to my name. And that's Legacy of the Seven Stars, Volume 1. I'm not going to go into the full title, I'm just going to call it Volume 1 because that's what it is. I haven't worked on Volume 2 because, oh hey, busy. That's all I can say. It's been stupidly and utterly busy. And I often worry about, you know, could I possibly be successful in a business like that? In a business venture that would take me years to, you know, take me years, and I do mean years, to make. But then again, you know, nothing's ever easy. It takes money to create a book because production costs and whatnot. And most people don't see it as, you know, oh, this is what you're doing. Oh, it looks nice. I mean, production costs, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, for my first book, it's like, I mean, for what it's worth, you know, it's not that easy to make a book, let alone what you gotta do in order to put it into practice. You gotta have a good idea. You gotta be able to sell it. You have to be able to do what you can about it. You know, you have to sell. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. I mean, that's one thing that I can pretty much say is strongly needed. I'm really liking this. Really and truly, I am liking what I'm building right now. But as I said, it takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work just to make one book. And I've went through this undertaking since I was, say, 13. You know, I wrote ideas in a little notebook, jot a few game ideas down. When I was 12, I was around 12, either 12 or 14. I might have been 12 when I did this. I did a mock play of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And, you know, all I did was just write, you know, lines about what they would have said during the stages that they were going through. And what they were, you know, going on about. They would have, you know, it'd just be like banter and whatnot. And it's just real funny the way I just... It's just really funny the way I put it down. And I remember when I wrote it, my one of my cousins actually typed it up for me on their computer at work. So, when I looked at it, it was about going by how many stages there were. It was like a 50 some odd page of a mock play I did. I also did a mock play of Lunar the Silver Star when I had my Sega CD. But I never really finished it. Now that I look back at what I did, that makes what I'm doing now worth something. I mean, I'm pretty sure when I actually sit down, put a lot of work into the rest of the books that I'm doing, because yes, I am still writing. It's just been busy as of late. What else made there's But the one thing I'm just not going to do is just give up on myself. And this town of Hangzhou shall be known as... It shall be the town of McPimpin. McPimpins. Yeah, McPimpins. Hey, that's what Meg likes to call himself, so hey, why not? Well, the one thing I try to do these days is I try to cheer people up. That's one thing I try to do as a Let's Player. Go beyond playing a game, but at the same time, put a little humor in what I do. Yeah, make Pippin's a bouncer. And I think the last sound we're gonna do. Finally. I agree, we need a caravan. So there's a caravan. And don't worry, there are roads. Y'all gonna have a 7-Eleven. Everybody will have a 7-Eleven. Does Utopia have a 7-Eleven? Not yet. Okay. Let's see. We need one more. The second is China. So we're actually working on our riches. I mean, I feel I'm going to make something worth my time. It's not like what I'm not doing is, you know, a waste of time. That'd be the last thing I want to do. So regardless, you know, I really want to make something of my work. Not like I haven't made something of my work, but you know. It's something, you know, it's something. Oh, another camera. Okay. Yeah, okay. Marketplace. A little bit, yeah. Hey, even McPimpin's gotta have one, you know? Yeah, we shall build a city. Tinsin. And it shall be the town of... Yiskashi. Like Yotsukaidoshi. It's like Yotsukaido, but you know. I think it was Yotsukaidoshi. It's been so long since I've actually, you know, thought about Japan, you know. The secret of banking has been discovered, of course. Okay, back to iron, you know, map making. But I think after all this, I think I'm gonna call it here. Because as you can see, I made quite a bit of progress. And such progress must be made furtherly to make things work, you know? So, regardless of whatever the hell I was talking about, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Izzy versus Civilization. Until then, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi. And I hope you've enjoyed this video as the rest of the many other videos that I've been making. So with that, I'm going to save my game. And double time that. And I'll see you next time for more of Civilization 1. Stay tuned for the next part, in which I talk about something else. Thanks for watching.